say thank you to all of you for the supporting March of Dimes, which has helped save my daughter's life.
You're disappointed at him.
A normal, healthy pregnancy is 40 weeks. I went to labor at 23 weeks, and I drove myself to the Fairview Southdale Hospital. I didn't know how serious it was until during an exam, the nurse said to me, "Oh my goodness, I feel a foot." I was fully dilated, and things started to move very fast. Mike was working in Wisconsin, and he raced to be by my side. Because Gertie was breech, my doctor had to do an emergency C-section.
I drove as fast as I could to Southdale. I missed her birth by 2 minutes, but I did hear her cry. She was so small. Before they whisked her away, Cindy got to kiss her and hold her hand. It would be a long time before we got to hold her again. Gertie was then transferred to the newborn intensive care unit at the University of Minnesota Amplatz Children's Hospital. But Cindy wasn't recovering at Southdale. I said, "Honey, I love you, but I gotta see Gertie."
Our little girl was tiny but tough. She weighed just 1 pound 7 ounces and was 12 inches long. It was almost 4 weeks before I could hold my little girl.
We practically lived at the hospital as Gertie received special treatments for her underdeveloped lungs and underwent 7 surgeries. Gertie spent a total of 136 days in the NICU.
The morning when the doctors said Gertie could finally go home, we were ecstatic and just overwhelmed. The entire 136 days flashed before my eyes of Gertie's dramatic arrival, my heart sinking each time the NICU would call my phone, all of the wonderful people that we met in the NICU, the support of family, friends, strangers, the times we almost lost Gertie, and the 8 babies we met in the NICU that never got a chance to go home.
We are so grateful to the doctors and nurses and the March of Dimes. Without the life-saving treatments March of Dimes funded, she wouldn't be here. The March of Dimes has been wonderful for us to bond with other families. At the March for Babies this spring, it was amazing to see all sorts of babies that have triumphed over their struggles.
We walked not only for Gertie, but for all of the families we have met in the NICU at Amplatz. We have such a strong bond and relationship with these families, and we're so excited that the March of Dimes will be opening a NICU family support program at Amplatz. It will make such an impact, bringing comfort and support to families in crisis. Sorry, can't read my script. In July, Gertie had her first birthday party, and the day was filled with love and happiness for our little girl. Gertie is saying Dada and Baba, and she got her first tooth. She has grown and developed into such a sweet and cheerful little girl that beams of love and joy.
But Gertie still needs specialized care. In May, she underwent skull surgery at Gillette's Children's Specialty Healthcare to fix a problem with the plates in her skull. The surgery was a success, but it was another trying time for us. Because of Gertie's premature birth, she's at risk for respiratory problems, developmental delays, and many other issues.
We have our struggles, and we worry. We worry about how much she's eating, how much she's growing, if she will overcome some of her developmental delays. But through all of this, Gertie gives us strength, and she's a little ray of sunshine. Gertie has also taught Mike and I many things during this past year. We are incredibly grateful, and we celebrate each triumph, no matter how small it may be. I believe this is only the beginning of Gertie's life lessons for us.
We wouldn't be able to see our little girl grow up if it weren't for wonderful doctors, nurses, and the March of Dimes. Please help the March of Dimes fund the next breakthrough to prevent premature birth and fund important programs like NICU family support. These programs cost money and need your help. Do it for Gertie and the special baby in your life. Thank you.
What a wonderful story about Gertie. And I
hope you looked at those pictures as we were going along. My favorite one was the birthday cake in the tutu. For anybody who has children, remember that first birthday and everything was everywhere. This is the time when we ask you to fund our mission.